Bechoros, Daf Samach Amud Aleph, the Mishnah. The Mitzvah Hashem, we have another 2-3 weeks and we try to do just to finish it off, and then it looks like the Nazir is a good idea. I didn't get back to me yet what the Roy of the Tziva want, but other Rabbi, if anyone has any ideas what to start next, we're happy to. The Mishnah says Azoi, Yotzu Shnaim Keachas. Moine Oisom Shnaim. If two come out of the deer, as we said, that's Meiser Beime, you put it into a deer, Shona, the ones that were born this year. And what happened if they went out Achas Keachas? That means the Pesach was a little bit wide. The Pesach, as we said, you put a right, the Rashi says in Ksaviyad, the Roichav Pesach. Last of Rashi that the Pesach was a little bit wider than usual. Pesach is a little bit wider than usual. Or maybe it's a Keachas, Mary says Keachas when they went out. The Shaila is, I can tell you, when I was reading the first time the Mishnah, what about Efshal Tzamtzem? We already learned Masechet Bechoros, and we know if we look in earlier Daf Yud Zayin Amud Beis, right? Yud Zayin Amud Aleph. The Gemara says Efshal Tzamtzem, Efshal Tzamtzem. Now, if Efshal Tzamtzem be the Yodom or be the Shomayim, it's a Machloikis, right? So this has been depends on the Machloikis. So Yotzu Shnaim Keachas has nothing to do. Oh, so this be the Shomayim. So I was thinking, you're right. So I was just it just occurred to me when I was reading the Mishnah straight away. I was thinking, Efshal Tzamtzem depends on the Machloikis, but the Chayla doesn't depend on the Machloikis. Does not depend on the Machloikis Bechlal, because the Machloikis is legabe if a person can do it. Or it could be it's Bezach Hazeh, the Be'emet is Bezach Hazeh. Just talking about a toes of a person, a mistake of a person. He said, Asiri, chi. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. From the Raya, the next stage of the Mishnah, we see that the Mishnah is talking about toes, the person on a toes. He's counting them, yeah. Kachas, they went out together. He's counting it in two, but we have a suffix, klape us, what is talking about. Yotzu, that's the first. Yotzu, Shnaim Keachas, Moine Oiso Shnaim. Keilu, they went out Zechar Zeh. They really went out together. That's what Rashi says. If you look at Rashi says, Moine Oiso B'Shnaim, Keilu Yotzu Zechar Zeh. And this is Rashi. Yotzu Zechar Zeh. Now this is the use of Rashi, and this is the way Rashi explained. The Rambam Mishnayos and the Rambam in Yad, they have a different girsa of it. They have a different girsa because the Rambam in Ilchos Poiros Perek Ches Halacha Aleph, the Rambam says Yotzu Tchilo Shnaim. If actually they came out Shnaim together in our Mishnah, Sheheim Orishon VeHasheni. So says the Rambam Moina Akoin Zug Zug. That means the Mishnah is one case. The Rambam, not like Rashi understands in our Mishnah that it's two different cases. And the Pirush Mishnah is also he has like the girsa, right? Moina Oisom Shnaim Shanaim. And he explains one case. We learned one case so far. Yotzu Shnaim, they came out bevasachas. Yotzu Shnaim keachas. Moine oisom Shnaim. Says Rashi Ksaviyad. Moine oisom b'Shnaim keilu yotzu ze achar ze. The Rambam says it's difficult. So Moine oisom Shnaim. He's counting all of them Shnaim. The rest also. That's what the Rambam learns. Moine oisom Shnaim. From now and weiter, he counts them 2, 4, 6, 8, yes. And that's why he said in Rashi, Diba Masechet, when you see in Rashi on top, here, not the Ksaviyad. But the Shittom Kubetzes, we do see that we do have a girsa Moy Nois and Shnaim. Not Shnaim, just Moy Nois and Shnaim. That's wasn't enough if we say Shnaim or Shnaim. Enough Kamina is, if we just say one second, I'm just going to explain. We just saying Shnaim, that means just these we count as two. Or Shnaim, the rest of them we are also going to count 2 and 2. That means the case is Azoi. We have over here Shnaim came out together and we counted it 1, 2. Do we count now 2, 4, 6, 8? Oh no, the first ones came out 2 together, so we say 2. And the next one's 3, 4, 5, 6. and that's the Girsa of Rashi. Moi noisot shnaim keilu yotzu b'zeh achar zeh. And lefi the Rambam, we count the shnaim. That means we count all of them now. We count ulabo, we count the shnaim. Because we don't want to change the counting, the same surah of counting. Because lekatchila, we're going to go back to what we spoke about. Lekatchila, we have to have a minyan. What's made a minyan? The count is 1, 2, 3, one by one we have to count it. That's lekatchila. Over here it's talking about it happened that two came out together, so we counted as two. If we're going back to the din of the minyan, the din of the counting has to be as a achas achas. Lekatchila. Shnaim, yes. Rashi Ksav Yad says Yotzu Shnai Ke'achas. Ze Yitzeh Zeh B'Chol HaPesach. Voi Noisam B'Shnayim Keilu Yotzu Zeh Achar Zeh. You have a different Girsa in Rashi. Ksav Yad, yeah. Over here they have a thing, yeah. It's the same Girsa over here. Because I can tell you, probably they fixed the way they feed the Shidduch Kubetzes, because the Shidduch Kubetzes bring Rashi and it's like nicht as Rashi. Yeah, you're right, yeah. Yes.
And what's the stuff? 3 months together went down. All 6 went out at the same time. 3 years, 3 there. Otherwise, you
again, it's not the yeah. And that's a Shaila on the Metzias, it's not a Shaila on the Toys. If you what you say. The Shaila on the Metzias, how they came out, and they say, if Shalet Tzamtzam. Oh. You trying to go there? Oh, I tried calling you today, you saw? Oh, yeah. We tried to get in there, but they didn't work out, sorry. I tried calling you an hour ago. I tried calling you to let you know that it's over here. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay. No, it's my fault. I told Moshe that it's going to be over there because it looked like it's going to be there yesterday when I was working on it in the afternoon, and it looked like. And then at night, late, I got the message that no, nicht. Yeah. I told Moshe yesterday that it's going to be there because that's what it looked like in the afternoon. But then they changed the mind, so I tried calling you. I'm sorry, Moshe. My fault. I knew and I remembered. I tried calling you, but okay, good. Now I'm again. So we saw. Let's see noch about the Mishnah. We saw the Mishnah Daf Samach Amud Aleph. Yotzu Shnaim Ke'achas Moi Noisam Shnaim. You can see over here in the Mishnah. I mean, over here there's like goes with Tzionim. I don't know if the Gersos in these the other Gemaras. But it says Shnaim Basa Nimchak. The Shidduch Kubetzes. Yeah. But the Shidduch Kubetzes has the Goe Moi Noisam Shnaim. Just Shnaim. And that's the Gersa also in Toises. Look at Toises. Yotzu Shnaim Echad Moi Noisam Shnaim, yeah, just the one Shnaim. But that's the Melech Shloime. On the Mishnayos we find that in the Rambam, in Pirush HaMishnayos, the Rambam in Halochos, is mevuer that with the Girsa Shnaim. And again, lekatchila, as we said, you have to count Shnaim Echod. So over here, what happened is went out 2 together, so we do count it as 2 separate ones. Zog the Mishnah weiter. What's the din? Says the Mishnah another case. The case is menon echod chi ve'asiri mekulkolim. That means he counts one of them echod, not 2, right? Like atchila, as we just said. Now you have to count the echod. He counted echod. The 9th one, right? By him, right? Menon echod. He didn't count the shnaim, so that means 2 came out together. He starts to count, and 2 came out together. He counts them as 1. And then he continues. The next one, the 3rd one, really, he counts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9th one, that's really the 10th, right? Because it came out in the beginning 2 and 1 go. He counts them as 1. And then he's continuing to count 3, 4, 5. No, he's continuing to count 2, 3, 4, 5. And really the 2nd one is really the 3rd one. Kumta is that the 9th one is really the 10th one. Chi ve'asiri mekul kolim. So Menon Echad and Chi, the ninth one, that's Lefiat Din, that's the Asiri. The Asiri Mekulkolim, that means they are Kodesh, but he's not Makrivet. Mekulkolim means that they are Kodesh, he's not Makrivet. That's what? Iru Achi Stavu, and the reason we can see in the Gemara Favos. Says Rashi, Chi ve'asir mekulkolim. Rashi Ksav Yad, Dr. Rashi Ksav Yad, Yotzu Shnayim b'shishi or b'shvi u'menon l'shnei ke'achas. Nimtzo she'achi lecheshboino yu asir lebeimot. Asiri have achad also. Shumoch have mekulkolim mileakriv ve'iru. I mean, mekulkolim means you cannot be makriv them. Iru v'achi stavu. ולא יתובו לקורו לעשירי, צ'י ולאחד עשור עשירי, דעשירי מייסר לאחד עשור קורו שלומים. דאוסום נופיק אחד אחד, וכימות את צ'י קריה עשירי, ועשירי קריה צ'י, ואחד עשור עשירי, מבורו לכולם, שהצ'י, צ'י ועשירי עשירי, יהיו דשינו, ותור ילקח קודש, עשירי במייסר גומו, ושלפונוב ושלאחוב, קדושי מגזירס מלך. Rashi says over here, you can see this the whole time. Rashi comes and says that there is a Gzeras Melech. The Gzeras Melech is that the 10th one should be Kodesh. It doesn't depend on the person. This is a Gzeras Melech. Gzeras HaKosov, the 10th one has to be Kodesh. 10th one is going to be Kodesh. Meilo. It's Meilo. Kefarash Nekamon. Ochel Yotu Shnayim Betchilo B'yachad. The Domu Kechad. Veloi Mavri Asiri Shel Kodeshi. Because by him, the 9th one is really the 10th. He was on Mevara by ilkach lo have meiser gomoru meilov ukdomar yunam lo have ilkach mekulkon veis dam was okashi leoch lo have gedoshim gomorim asirim meiser ve'echad asor shlomim mishum bemiskaven hu delo ito ve'amrim Masechet nozer perek ve'ishamai oimim hegdesh torus hegdesh gari meiser torus lo ikavanosay ve'lamnin sei choded Rav Nachman omo osam ve'isoiza ve'oid shmaitz ve'suyoch ve'zgomor lo yituk v'bochot shabbat. What's the pshat? What's the pshat? What's the pshat? What Rashi comes over here and says is also, we know there's a Gemara what's the pshat? Over here, it's talking about Bechoros or Bechavona. There's a Gemara in Nozir Daf Lamed Beis. There's a Machlokes Amoraim, yeah. Yes. But over here it's counting, but counting wrong. It's counting, but it's wrong. So it might be, so this is what Rashi says. One second, let's explain the Rashi. The Gemara in Nozir Daf Lamed Beis. The Gemara says, there's a Machlokes Amoraim. Rav Nachman, Omar Gdoishim Shloshton. In our case over here, Koro Lechi Asiri, Ula Asiri Chi, Ula Achad Asor Asiri, Shloshton Mekudoshim. Rashi Betzem is going on this part of the Gemara, of the Mishnah. Yeah? So you know what, let's see the Mishnah weiter, finish the Mishnah, and then go back to this part what Rashi says. So the Mishnah, Koro Lechi Asiri, by mistake, instead of to say 9, he said 10. Ula Asiri he called Chi, and Le'achad Asor Asiri, Shloshton Mekudoshim. And we learned that from Psukim. You can see in the Gemara, we learned that from Psukim. Hachi, but now what's the din of all three? All of them are Kodesh, the same type of Kedusha. He's Makriv there, he's not Makriv. What happens? Talk the Mishnah. Hachi, the 9th one, you know Makriv. Just what? Ne'echal ve'mumoy. You have to wait that it should have a mum, and there's Ne'echal ve'mumoy. Who eats it? The Bailim. The Bailim. I gave you a Meiser Beim, and Ne'echal ve'mumoy. Vo'asiri, Meiser. That is a Meiser, and if it has a mum, Bailim eat it. It has no mum, so it goes on Gabi HaMizbech. It's mamish like every normal Meiser. Ve'achad asor korev shlomim. This has a normal din of korev shlomim. And this 11th one, what was done as shlomim, what you're making with the shlomim, this shlomim, ve'oise temure, like any other shlomim. Divrei Rameir. Rameir said, this is mamish like korev shlomim. A regular korev shlomim, you could do it, you can make it temure. Yes, this one also you can make it into temure. Omar Rav Yude, and on them, zok Rav Yude, ve'chiyesh temure, oise temure, let me hear it. This 11th one, says Rabbi Yehuda, this itself is a Tzmurah. This is a Tzmurah word of Meiser. And we're basing the ain't Tzmurah, it's a Tzmurah. Because what happened over here? He said 9 on the 10th. On the 10th, he said 9. And then on the 11th, he said 10. That's what happened, right? It could happen. Let's just imagine a scenario. What's the scenario? A person is counting Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vov, Zayin, Ches, Yud. He says, Oy, wait, I have to go to Tes. So he says, Yud, Tes. Yud. All a mistake. So we can see that we learn out from the Psukim that all of them are Kodesh, but the Kedusha is different. Yeah, so he says 9, and then he says not 9. He says he says 10 on the next one. So the 11th one he said 10, and the 10 he said 11. All of them are Kodesh. The 10th one is Kodesh Meiser. The 9th one is Kodesh, but Nechal B'Mumoi Lebailim. And the 11th one is Kodesh Shlomim. Why? Because I gave it a Shem Meiser. That's why it has a Shem Shlomim. That means this is, in a way, it's also a Temure. It's like a Temuras Meiser. Be'emes Idos Meiser. It's a Kedushas Meiser. It's called a Temuras Meiser. We can see Rabbi Meir understand that this is not a Temure. Rabbi Yehuda understand this is called a Temure. Because it's called Temure, Ein Temure, Oise Temure. Oh. And that's what Rameir says. Let's see Rameir. Rameir doesn't nicht Temure. What's the Machloikes? Zog di Gemore. Omru Mishum Rameir. On this they said in the name of Rameir. Ilu Oyo Temure. If this 11th one is a Temure, how can you call this 11th one a Temure? It's a Temuras Meiser. Temure is you have in front of you two different behemoths, and you're saying Zu Temura Zu. Omru, and that's what Rameir tied against Rameir. Doesn't nicht Temure. Ilu Oyo Temure. If really this is a Temure, Oyo Loi Hoyo Korev. A Meiser Beheme does not do Temure. As we're going to write, we learned in the Gemara in Temure. We mentioned it already in Temure, Daf Chof Aleph. The Gemara learns that Temure thing. But what if, Zog the Mishnah weiter, Koro lechi Asiri? He called the Chi, he called Asiri. And Ula Asiri, the 10th one, actually he called Asiri. But now we're coming to the case. Before he came and he counted Alebes, Gimel, Alebes, Vav, Zayin, Ches, Yud. And then he says, Yud. That means he's coming and saying, no, this one is the Yud. So what happens? Again he says Yud. Again he says Asiri. Ein Achadoso Mekudesh. Because he didn't do over here Akire of the Asiri, right? The Shem Asiri. He gave the Asiri a Shem Asiri, right? The 10th one he calls it Asiri. Just what? He also called the Achadoso also Asiri. But he didn't give Akire. That means if you want to do the Din of tomorrow, you have to be Oiker the Asiri. And to give it to the Achadasor, but then he didn't do the Akira. We can see it in the Gemara. It's a Shlomim. We can see it in the Gemara. Yeah, because the Chi is not yet. You can't do it as a Temure. Over here, by the Achadasor, is already, you are Mekadesh already, and now you could call it as a Temure. We can see in the Gemara. We can see in the Gemara. We had it also a little bit before, and yes, sir. Ze Aklal. Zog the Mishnah. Let's finish the Mishnah. Ze Aklal. From the Asiri, that means that you called it the Asiri, or even if he kept quiet and he didn't say anything, yeah, even if he didn't keep quiet, Ein Achadosor Mekudesh. That means the Achadosor, what comes later on afterward, till he called it Asiri. He called it Asiri Chi, and the Achadosor Asiri, then it's going to be Kodesh, but before it's not going to be Kodesh. Now, let's go back to what actually Moshe asked about Korah Chi Asiri and La Asiri Asiri. The pshat in the Mishnah is that even if he called Chi Asiri, the Chi he calls Asiri, and that means that the Mishnah over here comes to teach us one thing: that Korola Asiri Asiri, Korola Asiri Asiri. The 10th one he says this is Asiri. So the 11th one, the Achadasor, is not going to be Kodesh. Why? Because when the Achadasor is Kodesh, that's the Nekude, that's the Ikar Chidush of our Mishnah. The Ikar Chidush of our Mishnah we have to remember is that Akira. What's pshat Akira? What's pshat Akira? If you were oiker from the Asiri, the Shem Asiri, then the Achadasor is going to have a din Shlomim. You call it something else. And that's why by the Chi, it's not called a Temure. It's not called a Temure. Why? Because by the Chi, you didn't yet oiker anything. You didn't do the Akira yet. Yeah? That's what you were asking, Moshe. By the Chi, you didn't oiker yet anything. And we can see why. We can see in the Gemara why it has to be Akira. But by the Asiri, the Mishnah by can teach us only if you were oiker from the Asiri, the Shem Asiri. And the Mishnah is mechadish even more than that. The Mishnah said that if the Chi called Asiri, and you have the Akira, and this is called the Akira, the Gemara says it's Akira b'miktsas from the Asiri, the real Asiri. Or because he called the Asiri, the Achadasor is not going to be Kodesh. Yeah. We could explain the Mishnah a little bit differently. What Toyses comes says on the base. Toyses says on the base over here that if Korol Chi, Ula Asiri Chi, Ula Achadasor Asiri. So the Chi, he called Chi. The Asiri, he also called Chi. And the Achadasor, he called Asiri. What's going to be the din? It's not going to be Kodesh. The Achadasor. Why? Because he was Oiker. Oh, 1 second. We said the Ikar Chidush is Akira, right? But he was Oiker, the Shem Asiri to the Chi is not called Akira. Because when he called the Chi. The Asiri he actually called Chi. He said Azoi. The Chi he calls Chi. The Asiri says again chi, and then the Achadasor says Asiri. So he says like this: Aleph. Let's say the scenario. He says Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vov, Zayin, Ches, Tes, Yud. Second chi is for sure going to be Kodesh. But what do we do the Achadasor? Says Toises the Achadasor over here that he called it Asiri. It's not going to be Kodesh. Why? Why it's not Akira? Should be called Akira. Should be called Akira. Says Toises because he already called it Chi. Because he called it Chi. So now, and that's what we learned over here. That even if he called the Chi Asiri, if he called the Asiri, it's not called the Akira until he's going to call the Asiri Chi, then the Achadasor is really Kodesh. That's the Chiddush of our Mishnah. Right, if he called the Asiri Achadasor, in the Achadasor he called Asiri, so that's what we're going to the Gemara. That's a Machlokes Tanoim in the Gemara. Machlokes Tanoim in the Gemara. So all these scenarios you can see in the Gemara. We can see in the Gemara, just bring it into the Mishnah. Zokt Rashi, v'chiyesh t'moreh. We're going to go back to the Rashi in 1 minute. V'chiyesh t'moreh, oisef t'moreh, Zokt Rashi k'sav yad. So Rav Yude, the Ayud Aleph, this 11 to 1, Avet t'moreh. Why? Why it's called a t'moreh? The Ay dekaya Asiri, keman domar ze yehei, tachas Asiri domer. Ve'ein t'moreh, so t'moreh, d'chsiva, yo t'moreh, so yekoydi, lo t'moreh, so yeper kamen t'moreh, we learned out. So Rashi explains this what's the svara of Rav Yude, because Rav Meir we understand very good, right? I'm sure everyone understood Rav Meir and we wondered. Rav Moshe says T'moreh. T'moreh is substitute. That was it. Why the Rav Yude says T'moreh? That's what Rashi comes to say. Rashi explains over here why Rav Yude calls it T'moreh, why it's doing it T'moreh. Omru T'moreh yachsiv oyo u T'moreh so yekoides. V'lo T'moreh T'moreh so Omru mishum Meir so en T'moreh she'im oyo T'moreh lo yekorem. T'moreh Meiser ein Kreivim Maseches T'moreh v'Sefer Eilu Kotshim d'chsiv v'lo yisivde ki koideshem hein Kreivim v'lo T'morosam v'chol ksiv v'yalfinem Meiser minez. We know always we learn Choyer from Choyer Meiser, the same dinim, the same like Meiser, the same thing is also Bechoros, the same. So let's go back what we learned before in Machlokes in the Gemara in Nazir Daf Lamed Beis. The Gemara in Daf Lamed Beis in Nazir brings Machlokes Amoiroi between Rav Nachman. Rav Nachman says that if a person done over here, let's go again the scenario. The person is Koro Lichi Asiri. Ve'asiri Chi. U'le'achadasor Asiri. We said in the Mishnah, Shloshto Mekudoshim. What's the scenario? It's quite understood. The person is sitting over there. He's saying Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Daled, Hey, Vov, Zayin, Ches, Yud. Tes. Yeah, so he said then Tes, and then he says, no, now he's going to say Yud. So you got to make stuff. So he called the Chi, instead of say Tes, he said Yud, he said Asiri. So then straight away he said the Asiri, he said, no, Tes, I forgot Tes. And then he said, oh, well, before what I said there was Yud, so he said again Yud. Because the Chi he called Asiri. The Asiri he called Chi. And the 11th one he called Asiri. Could happen. All of them are Mekudoshim. This was Betos or Bechavone. What happens if there if it's Betos, Bechavone? What's the Kedosh? What's the Kulam Mekudoshim? So the Gemara in Nazir Daf Lamed Beis, there's a Machlokes Amoiroi. Rav Nachman says, Kedoshim, all of them are Kodesh only when he had a mistake. But what if a person said, done it Bechavone? He done it Bechavone. What's going to be the din? It's going to be the din. Now, the Gemara brings over there, I think, Rabbe, Rav Hune, they say, Rav Hune, that the toes is going to be, it's also going to work with toes, and the kol shekei bechavona. So, legabe, what's going to be the ma'aseh? So over here, that's what Rashi means over here. Rashi, also Rashi on top, and no Rashi in Ksav Yad. They bring over here Yesh Folshim. That the reason of the ratio, what we learn, menon echod chi ve'asiri mekul kolin. Why menon echod chi ve'asiri mekul kolin? That means he counted in the beginning as well. Let's say the first two, or the second thing. Let's say he said Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Daled, and then 5 and 6 came out together, but he counted it as 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 6 really is already the 7th one, because by over here the 5 and 6 came out together. It's really together. What's going to be the din? So that's what we said. Chi ve'asiri mekul kolim. You cannot be makri of them. It's talking about that he had a kavone. He had a kavone to count as 1, And lefi the man Omar, davke betois and not bechavone. When it's kodosh, only betois and not bechavone. That's what Rashi brings over here. And Rashi says no. And Rashi adds over here and Ksav Yad, that's why, because Rav Nachman alt azoi where the Gemara and Nozir, and the Gemara frekt up Rav Nachman the Gemara and Nozir. Yeah, the Gemara frekt up Rav Nachman Nozir. And I say Rashi alt echet the Nozir of them the end of the Suge, because the Gemara frekt over there of Rav Nachman, and the Gemara bleibt mit der Scheile. Is a Scheile, we bleibt mit der Kashya. If you look over there in the Suge and Nozir, and not Hashem, maybe we'll get there. We decide what we're learning. So yeah, so you see in Tosis over there in Daf Lamed Gimel over base, Tosis learned over there that it's not a shaila. It's not a shaila, and so it's in a big enough community to us. So let's look at the Rambam. When the Rambam brings the Rambam in Perek Ches Aloche Aleph in Ilchos Pores, the Rambam says, in the Rambam Paskins, Bein betos, or Bein bechavone, Bein betos, or Bein bechavone, Shloshton Mekudoshin. Explains the Mishalem Melech, was a shot, because he explained, like Rashi explained, and Rav Nachman, that Rav Nachman is argufrekt, that we asked on Rav Nachman, he says of Rav Nachman, and we don't have a teretz, and we don't have teretz on Rav Nachman. Yeah. And that is exactly what we're saying of in the Mishnah Rabbi Yudetz Temureh. Because he's trying to change it. That's exactly what we're saying. He's trying to change it. It's not anything you like. It's like calling it a Temureh. It's calling it a Temureh. It's not Stam calling it. It's calling it a Temureh. Yeah. I feel like Kavone. It's yeah. That's the machlokes. What's talking about over here? If he had a mistake, or he had a kavona to count both of them together, and that's why the Mekul call him. Why? Because that's what Rashi says. Rashi explains. Let's explain Rashi again. The Yesh Meforshim over Rashi is a little bit difficult to understand. So let's explain again the Rashi, the Yesh Meforshim and Rashi. The Yesh Meforshim, Rashi brings over Yesh Meforshim in our Mishnah. It's talking about they had a mistake in the counting, right? Sorry, fakir. They did not have a mistake in the counting, just fakir. He had a kavone to count them shnayim kachas. And that's the reason why they mekul kolim. The chi v'asir mekul kolim. Why the chi v'asir mekul kolim? Because he had intention to do it. He had a kavone to do it. And that's what Rashi brings the Gemara in Nozir. Gemara Nozir Lamed Beis, what Rav Nachman says, like Dushas Meiser Chal, only if he had a mistake in the minyan. If you have Nachman, only if he had the mistake, then it's going to be Chal. Yeah, but if he had a kavone to call it a different minyan, a different counting, so it's not going to work. Rashi is doiche this Yesh Meforshim. Why? Because if yes, says Rashi, I feel if they didn't go out together, because he called the chi asiri, it should be mekul kolim, to be mekul kolim. And another time it says Rashi, because Rav Chizda himself over there says that meiser be'ema is chal bein if he counted betoes and bein if he counted it bechavone. As he sagt Rashi. The Yesh Meforshim. Says the Gemara. Ramazan the Gemara. Omar Rav Yochanan. We learned in the Mishnah, right? They went out together. Menon zugos. What the Tloim going out of there in the Pesach, he's counting as zugos. That means he's counting at 2, 4, 6, 8. Oder kinteron. What is kinteron? That means shoyomoine ad meyo v'koyer echod. The other moine meyo v'koyer shnayim. V'chein ad elef. 1, 2, yeah. Like sometimes you want to count the money. So you count, let's say, hundreds, yeah? So you count 5 20s, 1. Another 5 20s, 2. Right? 3. That means you're counting every 100 as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he's counting everyone separate. Yeah. And then all of them, the 10th one is all of them. So he's counting over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's already 10. Yeah. But that's going to be basically 20, right? The 10. And then he says, yes, that's 10 already. But he's not stopping there. He's saying 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 10th one is really the 1920.
This is
They both Kodesh. He's counting exactly, as Rabbi said, he's counting it in pairs. That's right. So that's what he's saying. We don't say that the number 5 is going to be, no, that's exactly the chiddush. You don't say that the number 5, sorry, you're right. The second one of the number 5 should be called because that's really the 10th one. Because he says 1, and each one is going 2, yeah? 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, and the last one now should be the Kodesh. We don't say this, no. We say the 10th one, both of them are going to be Kodesh. Yeah. But the way he's counting Lehedya Nishtazoi. Over there, but he's still over there. It's not Behedya counting differently. Over here, it's Behedya counting differently. Yeah, but when he's counting Punkt Verkehrt, it's definitely going to be differently. Over here, he's Dafke counting different. It's not only counting different. He's counting Lehedya, yeah? He's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely more than Loi Menon B'Shevet. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because that's again, it's a Kenegedem. It's Kenegedem. Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't count it that way. So on the 50, you're gonna have to divide it. Yeah. He's counted because he has 1,000 now. When he's counting Kintron, yeah, 100 because he has hundreds. So then it's not going to work. Yeah, it's not. That's not the way of counting. So Asiri leminyan, zog the Gemara, Asiri leminyan, who Kodesh. That means the 10th one, and the Gemara explains. The Gemara explains. What's the Pshat Asiri leminyan Kodesh? Find the Gemara leminyan mai. Which minyan? Which one is the 10th one is going to be Kodesh? So it says the Gemara Machlekes Amoyoim. Rav Mori Omar leminyan sheloi. That means what the minyan sheloi? The way the person is counting, right? He's counting as groups. One group, second group, third group. Leminyan sheloi who Kodesh. That means this group, the 10th group, whoever the 10th group is, as the 10th group could be 100, 1,000, it could be 10. The 10th group, the whole 10th group is going to be Kodesh, and the paters connect this group, 9 other groups. What's the reason? The reason is Azoy, because the counting, the minyan of he's counting, is not a minyan of 1 of 10 sheep. He's counting 1, he's counting 1, 2, or more minyanim of 10. And every minyan that he's counting is Kodesh, B'Kedusha, so Siri. As I explains the Chazon Ish. I'm going to read the Chazon Ish. That's the way, because the Rashi doesn't explain over here, but the Chazon Ish comes and says Azoy. Says the Chazon Ish. In Simon Chov Zayin, Ois Zayin, the second part. Samach Omalav. Ramei Roimer, למניין שלא יהיו קודש. לא יודע חזוני. לכאורה, יש לו אמר, דרמי הסביר עלי, דלא יקפיד אותו רק שיקדש חלק עשירי מנטלויים למייסר. You have to give a tenth. It doesn't have to be a minion of 10. The 10th. You can count 10 groups, you can count 10 sheep, you can count 10 pairs, you can count 10, any group of any number, but it has to be 10. חלק of עשרה. אבל אין קפדם ימנה אחד ויקדש עשירי, או ימנה 2 לאחד ויקדש 2 מ-20, means you count 1, 2, your pairs, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, both of them are going to be basically the 19 and 20, they're going to be also Kodesh. או ימנה 2 לאחד ויקדש 2 מ-20, אבל אי אפשר לא ימכן. Why not? ואם כן, הדין נויסן, באיסלי יוטס, and this is what Rabbeinu asked, exactly, what if he has only 19? You can't say now the 10th pair, because he doesn't have a 10th pair. He has only 9 pairs. And this he can't say. שמוינה בייס מיניונים בבסחס, והשניים שהוא מוינה לאחד, היינו שיש בוהן, אחד למניין אחד של הסורו, והשני למניין שני של הסורו. וכשגוימר טס זוגויש מקדש שניים, אחד למניין זה, ואחד למניין שני. אלכך, אם יש לו יוטס, גם כן יכול לנויס טס, כמו דיר שיש לו בית פסוחים, ויוצאו טס בפסח זה, וטס בפסח זה, והיוטס רואי לכאן ולכאן. This is a very interesting story over here. Says, the Chazon Ish comes and says that he's not doing over here 2 in a time. This what, as he's doing 10, in the beginning he's doing 10, and another 10. 1, yeah, exactly. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. And then when he's left over there, the last one is Lekan Lekan, like you have 2 psochim. Both of them are minyan aroi. So, they're going to be potter. That's the way he explains the Gemara. That's the way he explains the Gemara, the Chazon Ish. Yeah. Why not? Well, what's the problem to understand this in the pasuk? But it's his asiri. It's the way he is counting, and that's what Rameh is telling us. That it's all about how the person is counting, and the person is counting it as the asiri. The person himself is counting it as asiri, and that's what you care about. How the person is counting it. How this person is counting it, it's counting it as asiri. Yeah. It's always the 10th one, the Magdish, yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting what the Chazon Ish says of it, but yeah, that's the only. Why? The Chazon Ish wants to say, so let's go over the Chazon Ish. I said it inside, now let's say it Baal Peh to explain it a little bit more to elaborate the Chazon Ish. The Chazon Ish comes and says, in the beginning he wants to explain the reason of Rav Mori. What Rav Mori says, as we saw in the Gemara, Rav Mori, Omar, leminyan sheloi hu kodesh. Right, leminyan sheloi hu kodesh. Why? Leminyan sheloi, that means the moine, the one that's counting, lefides is going to be kodesh. Explains the Chazon Ish explains. What's the pshat of Rav Mori? He says the Torah was not makpid that how to count the sheep. He counts it one after the other one, or he counts it as group. Just what the Torah wanted, the person should be mekadesh 10th of his tloim, 10% of his tloim. It should go to Meiser. Say if it's a series is going to be Meiser. Say if 2 from 20 is going to be Meiser, or 3 from 30 is going to be Meiser. That's what the Torah says. That's what the Chazon Ish comes at the beginning. Says the Chazon Ish, no, you cannot come and say this chat. Why not? Because we learned beforehand, Rove says that what if he has more than 10 tloim? What he has to do? He has to take all of them into right, Machnisat Kulom into a deal. And the one that's left after that, right? Because he has more than 10, the one that's left after that, they are mischayev in the next goyren. They are mitzvah after the next goyren. Frag the Gemara from a Braise. What we learned in the Braise? We learned in the Braise that if he has 19 tloim, the person has 19 sheep, so the 9 are left, they'll become part of a Meiser. So he doesn't need to mitzaref it and to give him the Meiser with the next goyen. That's what the Gemara fragt. And for the Gemara, you remember the Gemara, yeah? The Chazon Ish doesn't bring it the thing. We read it in the Chazon Ish, but the Chazon Ish brings it Beremes. And for the Gemara of this, Rav Huna bar Schoire and answers the Teretz, right? What he answers is talking about the deal that has 2 psochim. 2 psochim. And the one that was left in the last one, he is roy to be mitzaref with both. So the Gabi the Meiser Beim was mitzaref for both. It's a minyan aroi. And that's what the Chazon Ish means of it. The Chazon Ish talks to us mamish as a beremes, he doesn't say it, but that's the Rav Huna bar Schoire, what we learned in the Gemara beforehand. The Gemara was like beforehand. Zog the Chazon, yeah. Muzay, Zog the Chazon Ish. When we're talking about, so what's the pshat in Rav Mori? What's the pshat in Rav Mori? Why we go with the minion of the moine? So Rav Mori, when the person could count not davke aleph beis gimel dalet, he could count also in groups. First group, second group, third group. But you have to come to give the last group, the 10th one has to be Meiser Beime. The last one has to be Meiser Beime. And if he counts also a few together, everyone has a name of a group. Every group has a name of one. So it's not. Oh, what was the last one? The last one we look at it as no. That's what we say. The last one we look at it. Keilu he has a deal, It has Shnei Psochim. And we have a deal of Shnei Psochim, we have the din of Rov and Minyan Aroi, Poiter. But it's Minyan Aroi is Poiter. So let's say you have 19. The Chazon Ish has a problem when what do you do when you have 19? When you don't, gerecht, it's going to be a problem. That's what we're saying. Minyan Aroi, Rov Bar Schoyer said it's talking about, you have two Psochim. But if you don't have two Psochim, it will be higher. You start to the next Goyren. I meen, dat zegt er. Ja, ik gooi je schlooi wat er. Meer is dan wel even de loik pido toe, raak je kades gele kassirim met atloin le meister. Maar één pede mi himne echod wie kades asiro himne shnaim le wie kades shnaim esre. Maar eerst al maar in Kena die noise in the east the utes eerst al in shnaim le echod. What you can do the last one? You have 20 and you gave only one for meister. And he says no problem because if you have the last one, this utes, the last one. You have like a minyan arroy is poiter. And if you don't have Shnei Psochim, the Gemara back to what we asked the Gemara before, and that it's going to be actually really high. Yes, if you dafke don't want to give Meiser Beim, is much easier to find Pturim. As we spoke already. Yeah, what you learned the ganze Perek of Meiser Beim, it's much easier to pattern yourself from Meiser Beim. And we know what to speak about Yumis or Yumis. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not right. The reality is you only got 9. That's the reality.
That
9 should go into the next day.
You're right. That's only when you have one. When you have one Pesach. What if you have two Psochim? So it's very good. When you have two Psochim, very good. You can pattern yourself. I mean, it's a minyan arrow, yeah. Minyan arrow. Because you were able to count to 10, you pattern your 10, and then you're going to continue right on. So that's why Nochamo. So the Chazon Ish comes and says that Rav Mori, so if we go back to the Gemara, Rav Mori says that what he counted in groups, he doesn't count more than that. And that means if he has in every group 10, he doesn't consider like counting groups of 10 and ones, just what? He's counting separately. That's what he's saying. He's Ke'ilu counting it separately. Kumtois, and all of the menuim in the first group is menuim is 1. And the minyan, what you're continuing after that in the other groups, is 2. And every, right? So every tole, every sheep in the second group is betzem number 2. Every tole in the third group is number 3. And every group in the 10th one is number 10. That's the chiddush of the Chazon Ish over here. Very geschmack, the way he explains the Gemara. If we say it's a Torah, it's very good. No, you got a Torah. Yeah. Yeah.
He called them 1. What's wrong with it? There's 1 and a 1.
Yes, you're right. No, the Kilkul is the 9th one. Because what happened over there? Over there it happened differently. What the Gemara means is differently. He counted Mekulkoli Umin Azoi. He counted, let's say, the first and the second came out together. He counted as 1. Now the third one, instead of to say 3, he says 2, because he counted 1 and 2 as 1. So he says Aleph, and Aleph came out 2. Then he, instead of to go to Gimel, he says no. Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Ches, Tes. When he's saying Tes, that one really is the 10th one. So that she, the 10th one, in the thing of Mekulkolim, and that we say, Iwachi Stav. Yes, so then you're going to come back to this thing, yes. And that's the din of the Mishnah. Again, the Chazon Ish, we could argue with the Chazon. I mean, there is a small, it's not so clear, but yeah, we found the shot. That's why we're going to follow the Chazon Ish over here a lot because we don't have anyone else who explains Mamish the Gemara. Okay. Rav Kahane Omar, Leminyan behemois hu kodosh. That means we are not mischashev bechlal. We're not mischashev bechlal in the minyan of his minyan bechlal. Just what? We look at the sheep, each one separate. And this one that went out, the Asiri, went out to the Pesach, this 10th one is going to be kodosh. What's the pshat? So the Chazon Ish, again, let's go back to the Chazon Ish. How the Chazon Ish explains Rav Kahana? The Chazon Ish explains Rav Kahana as well. Rav Kahana disagrees on Rav Mori. Rav Mori is a Misiachas to the minion of groups. Right? How is Misiachas the minion of groups? As we just explained how the Chazon Ish is Yechidim. He's not looking at his groups. Rav Chizek comes and disagrees on it. And Rav Chizek, sorry, not Rav Chizek, Rav Kahana. Rav Kahana disagrees on it. Rav Kahana comes and says that this is not right. That to come to count this minion is 2 minyonim bevasachas. Just what? He has to come, they should come, ze achar ze, to come to a counting of 10. And that's what we say. He needs a minion of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not counting it. Oh, I counted it together, but keilu it came out as 2 separate minyonim. Yeah. There is a Chovetz Chaim over here, the Chovetz Chaim in Likutei Halochos, and he explains the Rav Kahana differently, and very similar to Chazon Ish, but differently. What's a pshat? And now I'm going to want to be Misiachas what Rabbi Eli was talking about the whole time. We learned in the Gemara before in the Daf Nun Ches Amud Beis. Tachas Hashevet. What we learn out from Tachas Hashevet? Mitzvah limnoison b'shevet. Dog the Gemara loy menon b'shevet. Remember the Gemara? Daf Nun Ches. Rabbi Eli was busy the whole from the beginning of the shir. Tachas Hashevet. Oh. So you're going to come to this Misiachas to your Shaila. So loy menon tachas Hashevet. Oishe menon. The Gemara before in the Nun Ches Amud Beis. Oishe menon revutzin oyoimdin. Minayin, Talmud lo yimar zog di Gemara, or asiri kodesh, mikol mokoim. Zog di Gemara, ve'ein li elo, shekoro shmoi asiri, lo yikoro shmoi asiri, minayin. I mean, those are the lashon of the Gemara, yeah? Nun Ches Amud Beis. Minayin, says the Gemara, we know this, Talmud lo yimar, iye kodesh mikol mokoim. Iye kodesh mikol mokoim. Says the Rashash, and the Rashash is in Nun Ches Amud Beis, zog the Rashash azoi. Says the Rashash, if it's near the Bechlal Adibur, that the whole ribui of them, what we learn from Iye Kodesh, right? So Lemaisa, we learn out from the word Iye Kodesh to be Merabe, all of them. Says that from Iye Kodesh we learn out Afilu Loi Menoon Klal. He didn't count them at all. At all, just what? He says if he was Ma'avir it one by one in the Pesach Hadir, without saying anything. The person is keeping quiet, he's taking out the Maisa Beime, Nocha Beime, Eviron Echod Echod Zokter, Eviron Echod Echod. The Asiri Mimeil Kodesh. Avir Mimeil of Kodesh and Asiri Mimeil of Kodesh, even without talking, without saying anything. Now, where do we know this thing? Says the Rashash, because we say Asiri leminyan be'emes u Kodesh. What is Asiri leminyan be'emes? Oh, now Lichoyer Rav Mori would say the same thing over here as well. Rav Mori as well is going to say the same thing as well over here. Says the Likutei Halochos. Likutei Halochos is the Likutei Halochos of the Chofetz Chaim. And ein mishpat and oy zayin. He says no, that's not true. Brings down the Rashash and he says no, this is not true. Why? Because the reason over here is, as we said, the Gemara says kevan de yichaven yad kavone le'afukes zugois. What is kavone? This kavone is to do 1 couple, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs. So the counting of the person azoidos. That's what we said before. Over here, when he's counting lehedias, we have a machshove hofkis. Say, but that's like, you know what? Mitzvah sense is kavana. What? Osla machshove hofkis. Yeah, we spoke a few times. So over here, when he's actually counting, that's going to be worse. So he says when he's counting 5 zugas, when he's counting 5 pairs, right? And the second one and the 5th one is the be'emes, the 10th one. He says first pair, second pair, 3rd pair, 4th, 5th pair. The 5th that means the second be'em and the 5th pair is actually Asiri. And so this is not like the Chazon Ish understood. We see from the Chofetz Chaim, he understood not as if the Chazon Ish. But I saw over here that the Chazon Ish does bring the Rashash. Chazon Ish over here in Oistes, Dr. Azoi. Kostav HaRashash be'agoisov. The Meod Omar Rav Kahana, סמך עמוד א', למניין באימו יסו קודש, שמינן שאם יוצאו דרך פסח אחד, העשירי קודש. רוצה לא אמר. שיודו הביילים מיניונון, וזה דין מוכרע, שאין צורך דיבור במיניונוי, אלא סגי במחשובה. כמו שכוסבנו, סיף קוד מחס, והדומו נלמד מאוד רב כהנא, ומאוד אומר ליל, בחימות לעשור הקורי אחד מרישה, לעשירי קודש. וגמור סמך עמוד בייס, עד שאישתו יקבצ'י. Okay, we can see this later. Basically, what the Chazon Ish is saying is like, he brings the Rashash and he's adding on the Rashash. Not that he's disagreeing with the Rashash. He's adding. He's not like the Chofetz Chaim. He's adding on the Rashash and he says that what he wants what's a pshat. He wants that the Bailim have to know the minyan. Yes or no? He says that dinze muchra, right? That what? That you don't need to have a dibur. When a person is counting, he doesn't have to say Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Daled. It's enough to have a machshove. And this we learn from Rav Kahana itself. And he brings many rayas for this. And we can bring also a raya from Toises and Tmured of Chovov Omed Beis. What Toises says over there, that the Kedushas Meiser cannot be chal only al yedei minyan asiris ve'avar hashevet. As there's a Toises over there. There's a Toises. Toises says it's a Tmured. As the Toises. Toises not. I didn't see the Toises now. Toises Tmured. No. The Rashash. That's exactly what we're adding over here, yeah? Look, Toises Azor. Upirashri. Chovov Omed Beis and the end of Chovov Omed Beis and the Tmure. Tmure Chovov Omed Beis. Says Toises, Upirashri, the Mayra Boadam Amavir Tsoino Itachat HaShevet. ואומר מי שתצא עשירי ונדיר תהי חצי אוילו וחצי מייסר. דיבר הכל אוילו, קראיבו, דקדוש אספק דישו לאוילו. It says over here, Toises. ואיתו אמר, מה אלו יאמר דיבר הרב ודיבר אתה ודיבר בישוי, כי דאמרין אליי, ויספיק גם בבחוי בתוך מייסר ולא יאילו. תאוסו כשאומר בבחוי מציע אסור יהיה אוילו, אבל אוכל מיירי כשאומר אם יציע סמיעותו יהיה אוילו, דלו יחל עליו קדוש מייסר עד יציע רובוי. קדוש מייסר cannot be חל only על ידי מניין אסיריס, and ve'avoras shevet. This is doing Toisos. Okay. Yeah, that's not like the Rashash, but the way the Chazon Ish adds on the Rashash is very good. What's the what's the pshat? So Elfreg good. I've just reflect a good shaila. That the Chlal. So let's forget the second about the Chazon Ish. But the shaila of Toises, we have to explain what's the pshat in Toises. What's the pshat in Toises? Belo ya'avor hashevet. Toch ha-mefurash Mishnah. Mefurash Mishnah. If you go back to Nun Ches Amud Beis, we learned that what a meiser is chal also without the avor hashevet. With the shaila. Okay, when you count it tomorrow, we're gonna have to deal with that shaila. Zog the Gemara. Lo me noch a stickel Gemara. Chol ha-pochas the turn the Omed. Okay. Frag die Gemara auf Kahane. Tznam. Our Mishnah. Yotu Shnaim Keachas. We learn about the Mishnah. Yotu Shnaim Keachas. Moi Noisom Shnaim. Menon. What if he counted this as Echod? Right? Kaloikedim. Counted as one. So Chi. Ve'asiri, right? The ninth one in Asiri are Mekul Kolim. Now, look the Gemara Asiri. When we count the Bishloi Meleman Domar. למניין שלו יהיו קודש, משום מוכר ותשי ועשירי מקולקולים. Why? דלעשירי, קורא לי תשי. He called it a תשי. ולאחד-עשר, he called it עשירי. No, they are good. Why? It's מקולקולים, because it depends on him. And if it depends on him, very good, it's going to be מקולקולים. אלו למאן דאמר. But before we go אלו למאן דאמר, what's so clear? The Rishonim have to shaila. You know what? Let's say, Lu Yetzur, that he called the Asiri Chi, and the Achad-Asor he called the Asiri. Well, why the Mekul Kolim? We should have come and said that what? The Asiri is Meister. Even if he called it Chi, the Achad-Asor, what he called it Asiri, it should be Makim, it is Shlomim. Like we said in the Emshah of the Mishnah, call it Chi Asiri, what's the din? So what Rashi came and told us in the Mishnah in the Ksav Yad? That over there, it's talking about, he went out Echod. When he called it Chi, he called it Asiri, and the Asiri he called Chi, and the Yud Aleph he called Asiri. So over there is mevurer. The kule alme is mevurer. That the Chi is a Chi and the Asiri is Asiri, and the right. Just what he had a mistake. And that's why it's Kodesh the Asiri and Meiser Gomo, and the one before and after that means the Chi. What he called Asiri and the Achad he called Chi. They are Kedoshim, as Rashi calls it, Migzeras Melech. Yeah, just repeating what Rashi says in the Mishnah to understand a little bit better the Rashi now. Migzeras Melech. That's what it's going to be. But over here, when it's Yotu Shnaim in the beginning. It looks like once. It's not mevurer. It's not mavri. Rashi says it's not mevurer that this is the Asiri That's why it's not Meiser Meilo. It's not going to be Meiser. And because it's not a Meiser Gomu, it's not going to be Nikrav, and that is the Kilkul that Iru Achi Istavu. That's the Kilkul of Iru Achi Istavu. Zog the Gemara weiter. Elo leman de Omar. Leminyan be'eimois hu kodosh. That means lefi the be'eimois. So, lechoire, lechi, min adin what has to be? Chi kokorele. Yosha calls it a chi. Ve'asiri, asiri kokorele. So why are they mekul kolim? Why are they mekul kolim? Zog the Gemara. Omar lo chabir. Ki aminano. When I'm talking about Eichad the Yichamel Afkinu Zugas Zugas, I didn't say my din only in the case. His kavona is to take it out is pairs. When it came out by itself is a pair. That means he didn't have a kavona to come and take it out as a pair. It came out by itself. I didn't say my din. And the Chazonish explains over there, the Chazonish over here explains, he says that it's different when a person, he calls it koivea bitchilo. He decides in the beginning to count it zug zug, and to be mekadesh the 19th and the 20th, because then his amira is going to finish. But when he wants to count it kedin, he wants to count all the basic kedin one by one, and it came out shnaim ke'echod, so he had the mistake and he called it as one. So very good. The 11th one is miskadesh, like any other mistake that he called the Yud Aleph Asiri and Chadasor Asiri. So the Gemara Toshema. Shaile on Rav Mori from what? From Braise. Menon lemafreya. Menon lemafreya that he counted instead of Alebeis Gimel Daled Hey Vav Zayin Ches Tes Yud. He counted Yud Tes Ches Zayin Vav v'chulei. So Menon lemafreya Asiri shebeminyan hu kodosh. Now, Bishlo melamando Omar leminyan beimois hu kodosh shapir. No, very good. That the Asiri is miskadesh, not like his minyan, right? Because lebeimois, I don't care if he called it Aleph or he called it Yud. The 10th one is miskadesh. The 10th one. Elo lemando Omar leminyan shelo yu kodosh. Asiri chat korele. He didn't say Yud. He called it Aleph. How could it be kodosh? It's like Asiri. He called it Aleph. And for the Gemara, Omar Rove oil ve'ise b'minyon parso de kol asor chad. Why it's called the kedusha when he calls it lemafreya? Because the Persians they call 1, they call 10, and it's going to be chal. That's his language, and that's why we find the parsa. Yeah, it is called a minyan. It is called a minyan. Kidai, we don't have time to see every chazonish, but Kidai, every chazonish of in Chavzai Mamish goes through the Gemara and goes back to the Rashash and the Chafetz Chaim. Mamish back and forth. So it says the Gemara, go lechad aslava. Okay, we're gonna stop over here. And Mata Hashem, next week we're gonna see Samach Hamad Beis, and we already see the end. You see the end. You're gonna have to see the Toises also. We didn't see the Toises yet, and we're gonna see Mata Hashem the Toises next week. We're gonna finish in about 3 weeks. I'm sure I'm gonna try to finish this Masechet Poyos. Over 7 years. Started 7 years ago. We started the ship. So Mata Hashem in 3-4 weeks. 2 weeks before, and I think we still have a good 2 weeks for people to decide whatever they want to learn. Again, I suggested ADOs. ADOs could be, I can say the mile is in the Chasoinis. The Chasoinis is not Gemara, it's Mishnayos, and the mile is, it's also Chisoron. Because if you miss out, you missed out like a thing. It's going to be like a Chabura. Every week has nothing to do with the other week. Because if you look at Mishnah's ADOs, every Mishnah has like 5 different separate dinim. And Yitzat Sheni, it's everywhere, the whole Shas. There's the ideas of the whole Shas. And you are following a structure of the Mishnah. So it's not you picking Dafke Noshim Nezikin. You go Zoim, Noshim, Nezikin, Moyed, Kotshim, Tyrus, everywhere, Kol HaShas. And we could learn it it could take very, very long because every week is going to be like a Shura of the Mishnah. It could take like a good 6-7 weeks, even more. Yeah, just for one Mishnah. That's a mile in ADOs, and that's also Chison because you can miss. Without Sheni, we could. I was thinking maybe not because we're definitely looking for a Gemara, the Gemara like Bechoros, and the Gemara itself is a little bit difficult. That the Chol HaPochos also, if we don't have the Rachves of the Rishonim, Nazir we do have more than Rachmisha. We have a lot of no. We learn Toises, Pshat and Toises. Toises is a Pshat. Toises is not like B'derech Klan and Shas. So okay, or come up with anything. Krisis. You don't know. Meile. Tomorrow. You done everything, no? You can make noch einmal Bechoros. Let's start again. Okay.